Remember to get as comfy and cozy as you can. Make sure you're warm if you're feeling a bit chilly, even though we've actually had more spring weather than actually winter weather, to be fair. But still. So make sure you have everything you need. Remember, you always have the option to have your eyes open or closed. You have an option to move a little bit if you feel like you need to move. Sometimes we need a bit of movement before we settle in. And of course, throughout, just do whatever you need to make sure that you feel supported, you feel comfortable, you feel safe enough. All these things that are so important. And remember to breathe in a way that feels right for you without any pressure whatsoever. Really listening to your body. What is it I need right now? As I mentioned, I will be sharing Reiki for everybody that is here live, and for those that I know wanted to attend but couldn't attend, and actually for everyone in this world right now. I think we could all do with some extra light, some extra love, some peace. And especially at this time of year that can be so stressful for many. Let's share some light. I'm going to definitely share some super powered Reiki out there, and your extra energy for those live here will definitely add to that. As we move into this nidra practice for rest and to celebrate this festive period, you're invited, if you wish, to take a deeper breath or two, and I will guide you with the first breath, and then you can choose to take your own breath in your own time after that. So if you're joining me, taking a nice breath in through the nose and a full breath out through the mouth. And then maybe take a few more deeper breaths if that feels okay for you and your body right now. And I'm going to start us off with a poem. Now, all the poems today are from Donna Ashworth's new book, Wild Hope. So I met her earlier this year in London, and it was just so inspiring to meet her, such an authentic person. And so I now have her beautiful new book, Wild Hope, and it's healing words to find light on dark days. And I think that's so fitting for right now. So I'm going to start with the first poem, which is Don't Lose Hope. Don't lose hope. Put hope in a safe place. Not a super safe place, but the place we cleverly stash things in, never to be seen again. Just a safe, everyday place, like beside your car keys. Put hope beside your car keys, and each time you leave the house, you'll see hope glistening there, and you won't forget to take it with you. And if you're careful with hope, you'll never lose it again. You'll never experience that numb, helpless cloud that descends upon your life with its soul-sucking, vacuous spathy. Without your car keys, you're going nowhere. So it's the same with hope. Hope is the engine, the steering wheel, the power in your life. Keep it safe. Don't lose hope. Keep it with your keys. You need it more than you'll ever know. Now, this nidra practice today is all about rest and that connection with the festive period, which I've already mentioned for many can actually be quite overwhelming and stressful. So we're going to try and cultivate a feeling of peace and rest in our bodies with this practice today. As we move into the end of December, it's a reminder of this festive time, which we also have to be reminded that not everyone celebrates. For some, it's a link with their religious beliefs and Christmas and the birth of Jesus. For others, it can have another meaning. I spoke to someone recently that practices the Jewish practice of Hanukkah. For some, it can mean that they actually don't practice Christmas at all. It may be more about traditions and memories than the actual faith that they have or a religion. For some, it's in a warm climate, and for others, in deep snow. And yet, this is a time of year where we see Christmas and this idea of festivity everywhere. If you go into the office, everyone asks, what are you doing for Christmas? Whether you're religious or not. Are you seeing your family? Are you seeing your friends? Are you spending it alone? Are you working? There's a build up to this one day that for some can be the most wonderful day of the year, all about connections and love and gratitude and kindness. And for others, overwhelming. Maybe a reminder of those we have lost. A reminder of the challenging world we're in. However we celebrate Christmas or this festive day or Xmas or whatever we call it, I would like to invite the world to start celebrating this day and filling it with joy and love, with gratitude and hope, rather than a focus on what we give and receive as gifts. Not a focus on the pressures of what we should be eating. Perhaps also not the pressure to have to commit to events or activities that for us are actually overwhelming. But actually make it a day of hope and love and kindness. And for me, that's a universal language. It's not about religion or being religious or not. It's not about the presence. It's not about the pressures. It's actually about embodying hope and love. Being grateful for our life, for the connections we have. And this can be difficult. Life is not easy and it likes to throw us many curveballs. It can be a bit of a bumpy ride. And certainly this year has not been easy. So today in this nidra, this is my wish and my invitation that we embody what I think should be the essence of this special time of year. And that one special day where we feel that bit more grateful. Where perhaps we're a bit kinder with ourselves and others. Where we smile that little bit more. and where we try and really embody hope in a world that feels at times hopeless. Just think if we all embodied more hope and love and kindness and also lived it, even if our life was not perfect, because no one is. If every single person did that and we all lit up on a map, just imagine how bright we would shine. And we know that, like a smile, when you smile at someone else, your light, your energy can be infectious. That one act of kindness can remind others to be kind, can maybe brighten their day. I had this just recently, a week ago, where I was not having the best morning. And then I took a moment and I thought, I actually have so much to be grateful for. And I made an effort, even though I wasn't really feeling it, to smile at the bus driver and thank them more than I usually would for driving me to my work. When I got my coffee, I thanked them more than I usually do, and I smiled a bit with a bit of a wider smile than I usually do. And that smile came back. And when I saw someone crossing the road who looked super grumpy, like I was feeling inside, again, I smiled. And you know what? They initially looked at me strangely, but then smiled back. And I would like to think that that smile started their smiles and they passed on those smiles to more and more people, lighting up that day. So we have that power, that superpower. And it's something actually we should do all year round, not just at Christmas, not just at the festive time, but actually that is still a reminder, a good reminder to be kinder, more hopeful, more loving. So with that in mind, I would really like to invite you right now to set your intention, your sankalpa for this nidra. And consider having hope, compassion, and being kind to others and yourself within your intention as best you can. And by no means do I suggest that life is easy or everything is well. But if we can be a bit kinder to ourselves and others, most importantly ourselves, this can be soothing. It can be calming. It can allow us to feel supported. So take a few moments and set your intention, maybe for this festive time, maybe for this next year ahead, 2024, because we are not far off. Take your time. Now we're going to move into our body scan. And today I'm just going to do a bit of a shorter version of the normally more detailed body scan that I do. We're going to start with our feet that carry us every day and allow us to feel grounded. And as we move through the body, I'm going to invite you to give thanks for every part of your body because it is such a gift. And for some of us that maybe have pain in our body, perhaps even then sending some love to that part of the body or receiving some Reiki if you're receiving today. So we start with our feet. And we start with the right foot. So bring your awareness, first of all, to the big toe. And then move along from that big toe on the right foot, all the way along each of your toes. And as you move along each of your toes, if you're lucky enough to have 5, give thanks for each of those toes. And from your toes, we're going to move to the sole of the foot, giving thanks to the sole of the foot. It allows us to feel connected with the earth. Moving to the top of the foot and giving thanks to the top of the foot. Coming to the heel. Again, giving thanks to your heel. And then moving across now to the left foot. And we're going to again connect with every part of the foot. So starting with your left big toe and moving through the toes. And once again, perhaps giving thanks for each and every one of your toes. Moving to the sole of that left foot. Feeling that connection with the sole of your left foot. Again, giving thanks. Moving to the top of the left foot. Remember to give thanks and gratitude as you connect and bring your awareness to that part of your body. And then coming to the left heel. Remember to give thanks. Take a moment to pause here and try and bring your awareness to both feet for a moment. Now we're going to come back to that left foot and move up the leg, moving up from the ankle, up the calf, until we get to the knee, and just giving thanks for that part of our body. And as we move through the body, you may even notice sensations, lightness, warmth, tensions. We often fight against part of our bodies that feel uncomfortable, but actually they are part of us. It's about acceptance and surrender. And moving up from the left knee all the way up to the top of the buttocks, past the hips. Again, giving thanks. Moving to the right foot. And we're going to move up the way again. So moving up from the right foot, past the ankle, up past the calf, all the way to that knee again. Remember to keep giving thanks. It's so important. Now moving from that knee all the way up to the buttocks. Just noticing what comes up. And now we come to the base of the spine. And this is where we have our root chakra, where we feel grounded and supported and safe enough. Take a moment perhaps to connect with the base of the spine. Perhaps that's where you need a bit more light right now, a bit more energy to feel more grounded and settled. Giving thanks for the base of your spine. And then perhaps slowly moving your awareness up the spine, up the back, lower back, middle back, upper back. Now we come to the front of the body, to the belly that digests our food, giving thanks. Moving up through the belly to the chest, to the heart space. There again, perhaps it's your heart chakra that needs a bit more light and energy right now. How can you practice more self-compassion, compassion towards others, Feel more hope, feel more love, feel more kindness, and maybe direct it from that heart space out. And let's also give thanks to our heart that beats every day, that keeps us going, keeps us alive. What a gift it is. Now moving from that heart space up towards the shoulders. First going to the left shoulder. And then maybe moving down, moving your awareness down that left arm until you get to your elbow, remembering to give thanks, remembering just to bring your awareness to that part of the body. To the left shoulder, down to the left elbow. And then as always, we need to find balance so we don't forget any parts of the body. So you're now moving to the right shoulder, bringing your awareness to the right shoulder, and then moving your attention down to the right elbow. Allowing your attention to continue down that right arm, past the elbow, down to the wrist, and to your hand. Bringing your attention to the right palm of the hand, giving thanks for the palm of your hand. Moving to the right top of the hand, and then perhaps connecting with every finger from the thumb all the way through every finger, connecting, bringing your awareness to your hand and giving thanks to your hand for the gift of touch. And we don't want to forget that left arm. So coming back to that left elbow, and maybe you want to start at the shoulder again and move all the way down, coming to the elbow and then moving down to the wrist. Taking a moment here. Down to the wrist, and then to the palm of the hand. The top of the hand. And every finger, and again, truly giving thanks for your left hand, and everything it allows you to do every day. Now we come back to the core of our body, and we've moved from our toes all the way up to our shoulders and down to our fingertips. Now we're going to come back to the chest area and move up the neck and throat, giving thanks to our vocal cords that allow us to speak, and hopefully speak words of love and kindness and compassion and hope. To our mouth that allows us the power of using our voice, of expressing ourselves. To our ears that allow us to listen. And may we try and listen more for messages of kindness and love and hope, rather than heaviness, darkness, war and worry. For our nose that allows us to smell sweet and sour smells. And our eyes that allow us to see. May we view the world with kinder eyes. And may we give thanks to our throat, our mouth, our nose, our ears, and our eyes. But may we view the world with kinder eyes, with more softness, with more forgiveness, with more hope, with more compassion. And then we move to the top of our head. The top of our head, and giving thanks for our entire head and for every hair on our body and our head. Now there's an option here to just connect with your entire body, from your feet to the top of your head, to every fingertip, to every toe, to every eyelash, every hair on your head. And while you do this, I'm going to read you another poem. This one is Joy Chose You. Joy chose you. Joy does not arrive with a fanfare on a red carpet strewn with the flowers of a perfect life. Joy sneaks in as you pour a cup of coffee, watching the sun hit your favorite tree just right. And you usher joy away because you're not ready for her. Your house is not as it should be for such a distinguished guest. But joy, you see, cares nothing for your messy home or your bank balance or your waistline. Joy is supposed to slither through the cracks of your imperfect life, and that's how joy works. You cannot truly invite her. You can only be ready when she appears, and hug her with meaning. Because in this very moment, joy can choose you. I'm going to count from 10 to 1 2 times here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we come back to the moment where we consider the intention that we'd originally set. The intention you set at the beginning of this nidra. Thinking back, does it still resonate with you, or do you need to make a few changes? Take a moment to either repeat the nidra to yourself, repeat the intention to yourself again, or perhaps to change it slightly. And now finally, you are invited to take a moment here to check in with yourself and how you feel in this very moment, because this moment is all that matters. To remind yourself of the importance of rest as you move into this festive time. To be that bit kinder to yourself and others, to share compassion to yourself and others, to be grateful, to have hope, to smile that little bit more. and maybe to rest, to give yourself permission to rest. And I leave you with a final poem. And this poem is called Wintering. You may think yourself lazy or flawed, yet your body is made of almost exactly the same elements as the stars. Your bone composition matches perfectly the coral and the seas, and you, my friend, are ruled by the moon and the sun, the tides and the planets. Whether you like it or not. So no, you are not lazy, you are not late. Nature is simply pulling you to slow like the life, flora and fauna around you. It is not your moment to rise. So look around you, it is winter, and you are wintering, and you are right on time. And so our practice comes to an end, and you are invited to stay here for as long as you need, and I will leave you in this moment of rest. Remember to allow your light to shine bright as you go out into the world tomorrow. Smile at the people that you pass by. Share your light, share your love, offer hope. If we all shine bright together, maybe, just maybe, this world will be a world that is kinder, more loving, more grateful. Thank you so much for listening. And please take care.